I want to share some thoughts about opening statements. Now, I've lectured at other times and written in other places about the structure of openings, the mechanics, the basic fundamentals that you look to in order to make an opening statement adequate, to make it sufficient, to make it work. But let's talk about making them persuasive. Let's talk about making them powerful. The focus of the opening, where I focus and how I focus the opening statement in the story that I tell is crucial in creating the greatest degree of believability and persuasion. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, let me give you an example. I've got a young lady. She's been assaulted sexually by her father. I have almost no substantive evidence to speak of other than a particular item. This item is the crux and the focus of my case, and if the jury believes in this item properly, I'm going to win. And if they don't, I'm going to lose. So as I think about the story that I have to tell about this item, I begin to think about the structure of the story of the opening statement. A lot of times we'll begin an opening statement with a hook. Sometimes we'll use the rule of threes and we'll put that grabber out there at the beginning of the opening to make it persuasive. And that can be effective. Sometimes, though, we want to build to the opening statement, build to the issue that is truly at the crux of the case. And that sense of impending, here it comes, can really make a difference in the jury because they're all focused on it. What do I mean by that? Well, let me give you an example. Members of the jury, there's a little house. It's really a row house. And it sits at the end of a lane. And at the end of this row house is where Sarah lives. Now, Sarah's 9 years old now. You'll meet her today. 4 years ago, she was 5. If we walked down the street to Sarah's house, we'd see townhouse after townhouse that looked exactly the same. Red brick on the bottom, white sideboards on the second floor, chain link fence in front of each home. And Sarah lives in the house on the corner. I go down to that home. I look in the yard. We see toys. Slides, teeter-totters, plastic playhouses. And if I get down in the plastic playhouse where Sarah and her brother Tommy play, and I look through the front door of the playhouse, I can see the door to Sarah's home. Sometimes that's a very happy place. Sometimes it's not. You go in the front door, and to the left is the kitchen, where Sarah baked cookies with her mom. Directly in front is the den and the living room, where she watched Sesame Street with her brother on TV. If I go up the stairs, at the top is Sarah's room. And it's right to the left as I get to the top of the stairs. To the right is her grandmother's room. Her grandmother's room is a happy place. Sarah's room is a happy place. But across the corner is Mommy and Daddy's room. Sometimes that's a happy place. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes when Sarah goes upstairs, she jumps, she laughs, she skips. Sometimes her shins beat against the risers as her daddy pulls her up the stairs. And he takes her in the bedroom. And Sarah knows when it's not going to be a happy place because her father opens up the closet door, reaches inside, and he grabs a bottle of what Sarah calls the love juice. Now, members of the jury, I'm going to bring that bottle into this courtroom today. And Sarah's going to sit in this witness chair, and she's going to open it up, and she's going to smell it. And then I'm going to pass it around the jury box, and you're going to smell the strawberry lotion that her father used each and every time he sexually assaulted her. And then at the conclusion of this trial, you'll have no choice but to do what the evidence and your own common sense demand. Find that man guilty. Now, in that particular example, the bottle of lotion is the only substantive evidence that exists in the case. And so I create tension in the opening statement, leading to the ultimate disclosure of the piece of evidence that's important. And then I promise the jury an actual tactical sensation from the substantive piece of evidence. This can be extremely effective in telling the story because I've now focused them on one particular thing. And if I keep that promise, I'm well on my way to a conviction. These are the types of things that we think about as we structure opening statements and as we create within them a sense of believability and of purpose. Try it the next time you give one. I think you'll be surprised at how well it works.